last week was when Mamata Banerjee did file Chori, where she went in and she took out one green file when the Enforcement Directorate went to raid the office of IPAC, which is seen to be a quasi-political arm, or rather an outsourced body to which Mamata Banerjee outsources some operational work. I don't want to go further, but they do some work for, I hope they don't do anything that's legally wrong, no hanky-panky, but they do something. But Mamata Banerjee panicked when IPAC was raided, went in there, fought with reporters, abused Republic reporters, behaved in a reprehensible manner. But then we're used to her behavior anyway. What do you expect from Mamata Banerjee? But beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, she ran away with files. She took whole lot of data, files, information out of the IPAC office, and in a state of panic, brought her commissioner, her DGP with her to do a sweep of the IPAC office and take all that sensitive material right under the nose of the Enforcement Directorate and run away with it. I call that theft. Now the Supreme Court says today that what she's done is wrong, and rightly the Supreme Court has supported the investigating agencies and said that if central agencies are acting bona fide to investigate any serious offence, question arises as to whether taking the shield of party activity agencies can be restricted from carrying out what they need to do. The Supreme Court has also clearly indicated that offenders cannot be allowed to be protected under the shield of law enforcing agencies of a particular crime. Ladies and gentlemen, all very good. But I would like to ask the Honorable Supreme Court, with the greatest of respect to the Supreme Court and the lordships of the Supreme Court, I'm sure the Supreme Court is aware that the principal accused in this case therefore becomes Mamata Banerjee. So the Supreme Court will also have to take action against people like Mamata Banerjee. The Supreme Court should take action against Rajiv Kumar, the DGP, the Commissioner. This whole attitude of Chief Minister, Commissioner, DGP acting like a private army, interfering in the process of investigation, how is that to be allowed? And that's not the only point, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the only point. This is not the first time. We saw what happened in Sandesh Khali. When Republic reported, they arrested the Republic reporter. We saw what happened when Mamata Banerjee was supporting in the Shah Jahan case. She was supporting all the people. And when we spoke about Shah Jahan, the Mafia Don's links to Mamata, how they reacted and how they took on the media instead. Viewers, there's another point. What happens when there is institutionalized anarchy by a ruling party government? Now, there are some WhatsApp chats which have come out, apparently, which show another pattern here, that there was an attempt at, and the chats are there was an attempt at creating a sense of an unruly mob and chaos at the High Court, where the hearing in this case was to happen. And the WhatsApp chats, which is in some lawyers group, show that there were people who were partial, biased or members of the Trinamool Congress who had decided that right when this item comes up in the court, this matter, this particular matter, chaos will be created and court proceedings will be stopped. Now imagine the sum total of all this. Agencies will not be allowed to work. Court proceedings will be stopped. Media persons will be arrested. Madness will go on, file chori will happen, evidence will be destroyed. And why all these highfalutin things that the court is saying are all right? The fact of the matter is, may I ask with the greatest of respect to the court, that is it not therefore worthy, necessary, imperative that Mamata Banerjee should face the long arm of the law for doing what she has done? The court therefore, beyond just the point of law which is being raised here, must do something to get back the evidence that she has stolen. Look and examine the reasons for that theft and think of the consequences when a person who took oath to protect the law becomes its biggest and most brazen violator.